Hey guys, how are you? Here to kick off the new year with a new type of video that hopefully you'll be seeing on this channel for the rest of eternity. Properly edited videos! Happy? Now with that out of the way, let's get to the real reason why this video actually exists. For the last few years, I have received Christmas gifts that I think are worth sharing with you guys. So, let's get to them. For Christmas this year, I got 1 DVD, 4 Blu-rays, a video game, a new video game console, an additional video game controller, a computer mouse, and a mouse pad. I'm going to start the DVD, which is the special edition of Gremlins, which is the 1984 horror comedy directed by Joe Dante, written by Chris Columbus, stars Zach Gilligan, Phoebe Cates, and also has creature design makeup work courtesy of Chris Wallace. I saw this on TV several years ago, but my recollection of it is a little bit flimsy, but one thing I got out of it is understanding why this is a Christmas classic. While it is very dark, it still hit home for me, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. The film was very dark, but very funny, and the creature designs were fantastic, both for the Mogwai, Gizmo, and the Gremlins. Gizmo was very adorable, and the film was just a lot of fun to watch from beginning to end. This film is also one of 3 films that came out in 1984 that led to the creation of the PG-13 rating, the other 2 being Indiana Jones Temple of Doom and Poltergeist. The film is not a typical Christmas film by any stretch of imagination, but I can't deny I think it's a worthwhile watch, and honestly, I hope to watch it again at some point during the holiday season in 2018. Moving on to Blu-rays, the next film is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which is the first installment in the Planet of the Apes prequel trilogy. This one is directed by Rupert Wyatt, written by Rick Jaff and Amanda Silver, and stars Andy Serkis, James Franco, John Lithgow. Unlike Dawn and War for the Planet of the Apes, I didn't see this in theaters. In fact, I saw it in FX in 2014, before Dawn came out. And I have to say, after watching this, seeing the theater was one of my biggest regrets because I've heard people talk nonstop about how the scene in which Caesar says, "No!" just caused everybody to go dead silent. And I would have loved to experience that for myself. But hey, what can you do? Pushing that all aside, I really liked this film and I thought it was a very strong introduction to one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Yes, really. The special effects are really good, but unfortunately it looks a little bit dated today, but I am glad that they did improve with each sequel. Thank you, What a Digital. The cast is really good, even though I thought Tom Felton was pretty much a one-note antagonist, but at least he was committed. If there were anything that did stand out when it comes to his role in the film, it's without question his reaction to Caesar saying no, along with the other computer-generated apes and the other zookeeper. Andy Serkis is, of course, fantastic as Caesar, and it wasn't surprising to me that Fox actually tried campaigning for Serkis to get an Oscar nomination for Best Actor, but it didn't happen. Come on, Academy, just give him something! Or how about this? How about introducing a new category for motion capture performances? At least it'd be something. And also you'd be recognizing more people who have done this work. Especially considering the fact that it's more of a common thing now. Or how about a special award for the man? We owe a lot to him for motion capture. If there's anything that I can without question credit Serkis the most for, it's bringing humanity to Caesar. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think Caesar would have been one of my favorite film characters of the decade. Not like anyone else can do it, but for me, Serkis brought really something special to the role, and I think that was reflected upon in his performance in the film and the sequels. I am so glad I own this, and of course Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on Steelbook, and I really hope to buy a Steelbook of War for the Planet of the Apes myself because War was a fantastic conclusion to the trilogy, and honestly, I really want to finish my collection and of course watch all 3 of them in one day. I'm serious. Thank you to everyone involved in the series for a strong beginning, a fantastic middle, and a phenomenal end. May the legacy of this series and your work live on. The next Blu-ray is the unrated director's cut of the original RoboCop from 1987, directed by Paul Verhoeven, stars Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, Ronnie Cox, and Kurtwood Smith. I think it's only the director's cut because there's nothing I found on here that mentions the theatrical version, and okay, I'm okay with that. I saw the original on TV and I absolutely loved it, and I'm so glad I own this. I found this film to be a brilliantly ultra-violent satire on American culture and corporations. Peter Weller was without question born to play this character, and honestly, no one else can do it. No one can replicate his work in any way, shape, or form, no matter how hard you try. While the stop motion in the Ed 209 does not hold up, the themes and satire have held up marvelously well over the years, and this film has definitely earned its place as a true classic and one of Orion Pictures' best films. By the way, how much longer until they close down again? I'm without question very interested in watching this version and of course seeing the bits of violence that the studio had to cut in order to get an R rating because the MPAA gave it an X rating for its violence. Hard to believe, huh? Anyways, I'm so glad I own this and I can't wait to revisit this and of course watch some of Paul Verhoeven's other works. The next Blu-ray comes from a filmmaker who actually won 2 Golden Globes yesterday. Congratulations, by the way. And that is Martin McDonagh's In Bruges, which is one of my absolute favorite dark comedies. In fact, it is my favorite Martin McDonagh film to this day. I think this film is delightfully dark and twisted and hilarious from beginning to end. Colin Farrell, without question, gives one of his best performances. He is incredibly funny, and he plays off of Brendan Gleeson and Ralph Fiennes perfectly. I was also surprised that Brendan Gleeson plays a much more sensitive character, especially considering the nature of this film, but he played it very well. And I can't deny, it was such a treat to see Ralph Fiennes showcase this goofier side to his personality. And this was actually my first exposure to Ralph Fiennes in a comedy before The Grand Budapest Hotel. Yes, the characters are different in terms of personality, but they still spout vulgarity. I think this film is hysterical, and I found the emotional moments surprisingly very effective. And I'm so glad he got to showcase more than 3 Billboards Outside of Missouri, which I really liked, by the way. I am so glad I own this, and I cannot wait to rewatch it. I hope to have the same amount of fun as I did the first time. Speaking of Martin McDonagh, I also have his other film, Seven Psychopaths, which once again has Colin Farrell, but it has Sam Rockwell and Woody Harrelson, who would also collaborate with McDonagh again on 3 Billboards, and also Christopher Walken. I really liked this film, and just like in Bruges, I thought this film was hilarious and so delightfully twisted. As you guys can probably tell, I absolutely love dark comedy. It's actually my favorite subgenre, which is ironic considering comedy is my least favorite genre overall. Moving on from that, I thought this film was absolutely hilarious, and I thought Sam Rockwell was the comedic highlight. The story he tells, taking place in the cemetery, was the absolute highlight of the film, and I couldn't stop laughing. I loved it. He was without question the best part of the film, and I really wish he got more recognition at the award ceremonies when this film came out. He without question deserved a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Yes, he won for drama this year, but I still think some recognition for this would have been very much appreciated. Hopefully with all my complaints regarding movies out of the way, I cannot wait to rewatch this and eventually add 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri to my collection. Thank you everyone involved for making all these films, including 3 Billboards, and thank you Martin McDonagh for ensuring me that the comedy genre is not a complete joke in of itself. Now to the video game, and that is Assassin's Creed Syndicate for the Xbox One. Go ahead and bash me for supporting Ubisoft. I'm not a fan of them either, but my mom bought this, and honestly, I'm not going to let it go to waste. She spent her money on this, I'm not going to disrespect her choices. Also, considering the reception to it, I wouldn't mind getting Origins at some point. Between the reception of the last 2 games, I think we can all agree that Ubisoft should be waiting 2 years instead of 1. I do plan on playing this game very soon, and I really do hope that it pays off. I also forgot to mention that I also got a new case for my phone, that being the smart battery case for the iPhone 7. I wasn't expecting to get this, but thank you, Mom. And I have to say my experience with it so far has actually been very good. I think since getting this, I think I've been charging my phone once every 2 days, which means that's actually doing its job. Oh, thank God. And if you can see the logo here, this is the smart battery case designed by Apple. Mophie or not, I don't care which one I get as long as it does its job, and this one has. So thank you, Mom, for getting this for me, and I really hope that it lasts a long time. Now let's get to the computer equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Anker 2.4 GHz wireless vertical mouse and the Belkin Wave Rest Gel mousepad with wrist support. The reason I asked for these is because basically I want to be comfortable on editing and also avoid getting carpal tunnel. I've used these a little bit, but on my bed, which isn't a good surface, but it seems to work just fine. I can't wait to use these to edit this long overdue video. And now to the main attraction! The Xbox One S with an additional controller. So far I haven't run into any issues with the system, and I have enjoyed the handful of games I downloaded for it. Apologies for the exposure, guys, but these are the games I currently own. Banjo-Kazooie was a lot of fun, and it took me over 20 hours. Yes, really. I actually also had to use walkthroughs to get through it. Hopefully if I play it again, I'll be better at it. Banjo-Tooie I'm currently playing through, and it's pretty fun, but I need to play more of it before I can really come to a final conclusion on it. Cuphead is the first game that I actually bought for myself for the system, and so far this game is frustrating, but it is pretty fun and I love the art style. Currently I am on World 2, and I cannot beat the first bosses. I hope to soon. Limbo, this is a game that's had my attention since I first heard about it on Watch Mojo, and I really hope to play it soon. Terraria, yes I've heard this is a 2D Minecraft clone, but it had decent reviews, so why not? Hopefully I can enjoy it on its own. And those were the gifts I got for Christmas in 2017 I thought were worth discussing with you guys. Comment below getting gifts for Christmas in 2017 that you think are worth discussing with us. Thank you guys for watching, hope you had a great holiday season, and of course a great New Year's, and until the next video, see ya.